Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willow Band Journals. Welcome back to my channel and this Junk Journal with Me episode, working on my weekly prompts for the year. I'm aiming to do 52 by the end of the year, but if I do more, that's okay. Like in this video, I am actually going to be doing 3 prompts or 4, I think, in this one session. So we've got that menu, we've got a receipt, we've got some food packaging, and we've also got some packaging from my new Instax. Yay! This has been on my wish list for many years, and I finally picked one up in sky blue. And so I've got a whole bunch of ephemera from the packaging for that. So there's the box for that and the film. And I also took that first photo. If you don't know about Instax, the first photo you take is always a blank one. And so I kept that, and I will record that on the page as well. So I'm just flipping through my journal here and looking for a page to work on. And because I've got so much ephemera this time, I chose 2-page spreads. So yeah, my struggle at the start was just having so much, and it was a bit overwhelming trying to figure out how to fit everything on the page. So definitely needed 2-page spreads. So here I'm just cutting the packet that the film came in down to size to fit in my journal, and I've also got the front packet, the front image from the box that the film came in as well. This piece I ripped off the front of the box for the actual camera itself because I forgot to take a photo of my Instax so that I could print that out. So I'm like, let's just use the one that came with the box. Here is the receipt. So as you can see, I got it from Big W, and it was actually quite spontaneous. My friend was actually looking for film for her Instax, and she got it from Big W. And while I was there with her, I saw that the Instax was there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a blue one. And so spur of the moment, I just got it because just that morning before I went out to Big W, one of my journals sold. So I'm like, oh, that allows me to now get this camera. So thank you to whoever that lovely person was, that made my day. So over here now, I am just trying to figure out how to fit everything, and what I ended up deciding was that I would split up the pages so that the first set of pages would record the camera, and the second set of pages would record everything else from that day. Oh, I should explain that everything from every piece of ephemera that I've got for this journaling session came from one day. It was a very full, eventful day. Saturday last week we went to Airlie Beach, did a bit of shopping down there, and that's where I got my Instax, had some lunch down there, and that menu is from the sushi place down there. So I got some California rolls. My friend, one of the people who went with us down to Airlie, she bought us some curly whirlies, and I haven't had a curly whirly for a very long time. But I remember when it first came out, and it had that ad with those ladies with the curly wigs, the big curly wigs. Anyway, so I remember when curly whirlies came out as a kid, and I loved them then, and having it again now, I was like, oh, I still love them. So I ended up getting myself a whole bunch of curly whirlies after that. Anyway, so just a fun memory, and that ticks off the prompt for food packaging. And it's kind of cool including food packaging in your journals because you can kind of see over time how the packaging changed. Now I've got these 2 photos, and my friend who bought us the curly whirlies, she took these photos without me even knowing, so they're very spontaneous live action shots, and I'm glad she took them because I don't have many where I have like my whole self with Keanu showing. I can only usually take ones of Keanu because I'm holding the camera. And she got this really cool action shot when Keanu surprised me when he grabbed me with his paws, and that's my stunned face. And then there's a smiley face as I'm just holding my beautiful cat. Just decorated it with some of the cat washi tape that was so kindly gifted to me. One of them, the top one was gifted to me, and the bottom one I got from Washi Wednesday. And then I annotate this page, just very, very simple, and wrote, that my friend took those photos and that she also bought us curly whirlies. And yeah, even though it's a very simple page, I think it's very fun, very meaningful for my life, recording that fun day. So I just leave the left-hand side page for now, because I'm not sure what I'm going to write on that yet, because I just want to work on this page spread first and do my writing here, and whatever's left over I'll put it on the other page. So now I am just going to try and play around with arranging all of the Instax ephemera. And yeah, it took me a little while, but I knew I wanted to cover over that stamped flower just because it didn't have any relevance to what I was journaling about. And I already have that flower stamped somewhere else in the journal, I believe. That was already there on the pages, and I wanted to make sure that I stapled in the receipt, because when you glue it, it kind of bleeds, like the writing all fades and bleeds. So definitely wanted to use staples so that I could even lift that up too and have a flap. And I ended up putting the first film, the one that doesn't take an actual photo, I put that over the flower, and the way I stuck it in was with washi tape. This is also from Washi Wednesday, and I chose blue to match the blue camera, just because the film was a bit thick, so I wouldn't be able to staple through it, and yeah, just like the look of the tape as well, how you kind of tape Instax to the wall or your page, which I plan to do when I end up taking photos with my Instax. I'm so excited and a bit nervous. I haven't taken a photo yet because I don't want to waste the film, because the film is so expensive and you don't get much in a packet. So I'm a bit nervous about taking photos with it, and because you only get one shot, right? Because you can't edit it or anything. It's I just have to hope that it doesn't come out blurry or too dark or too bright, but it will be a learning curve, and I'm very, very excited. I'll have to take a photo of Keanu with it, and I want to go out roller skating with it and take a photo of my skates. I went out last week and took a video on my skates as well, actually, so I'm getting a bit more confident with my balance. The second time I went out on my skates, I was like, I wonder if I can film with my camera while I skate. And I was like, no, bad idea. No, I could see myself falling and dropping my phone. But then by week 3, I was like, oh no, I feel okay. And I actually filmed myself skating. So week by week, slowly getting better. Just arranging everything on the page. And then I've got this label sticker from In Love Art Shop, and that's where I write the details of the camera. So I just write Fujifilm Instax Mini 11, and then I write sky blue because that's the colour of the Instax. Because if they didn't have the blue one, I wouldn't have got it. And same thing, if I hadn't sold that journal that morning, I wouldn't have got it either, because I literally didn't have the money to make out. So that was very, very exciting. That it just so happened that the day that we went to Airlie, where they have the shop, because you can't get the Instax here in Bowen, there's no shops that sell it, that the day that we went, the morning of, sold a journal, and I was like, oh my gosh, it all just happened perfectly. And so here I just write the date that we went to Airlie, and I'm just putting in some dot points or like some annotations of what we did that day. So we went to Airlie, and then after we came back from Airlie, we went on what we call a skate date. So I'm just going to fill in everything now, do all my journaling and write about that day and what we did and how I got the Instax off my wish list and how we went on this skate date, which I'll chat about in a second. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the layout of the journaling session, and the rest of it is just writing. So I do love having the pages decorated with all real ephemera from my own life, and then having all this blank space to be able to write about it. So yeah, we have these skate dates. We try to do them like once a week or once a fortnight, and we just go out to the front beach along the esplanade and have fun skating. And I work on my skills, so I'm practicing, standing on one foot, balancing, bending down, turns. I'm practicing that. I'm not very good at it. I think I just have to get over my fear of falling, because I'm getting to the point where now I can't go any further because I'm too afraid to fall. So I just need to, what they say is learn how to fall properly, and that way you're not afraid of it, and you can be more courageous trying new things. And so now that I've mastered, going forward and all that kind of thing, I want to try turns and going backwards, which I was able to do my third go. My first week trying going backwards, I didn't move anywhere. I just stayed on the spot. But my third week, I can go backwards now. And I can do bubbles. I'm okay with bubbles now. And I'm working on my scissors. So that's another skill that I would like to learn. What was I saying? But yeah, to do my turns, I just need to get over my fear of falling and know that falling isn't the worst thing. There's a way to fall safely. And once I master that, I think that will give me more confidence to try different skills and techniques, because at the moment I'm just like, no, I don't want to give it a go because I don't want to fall. And I've been watching lots of YouTube tutorials on how to skate and how to do all the different moves, and that's one of the things they say is one of the first things to try is, or master, is learning to fall safely, so that way you can have the confidence to try new things. Anyway, so filled in that page, and now I'm just going to write on the next page. It's really fun. After our skate date, we then grab some dinner, and just in the car we would chat about God. We call it God talks or God chats, and I always love those deep chats. And then worshipping with worship music on, and then we journal in our journals together about what God is speaking to us about, and then we share that together. And it's just really encouraging and fun. Oh, and so here's a photo of my skates. So I actually took this photo while I was out skating that night on our skate date. I didn't take it with my Instax because I wanted to, I didn't have time to open it yet. I wanted to do that when I got back from the skating. So I just took that on my phone, and just really cool to have those memories from the day. I love combining photos and real life ephemera to document your day. It just makes me really, really happy. And so I hope this page spread is encouraging for you to, you don't need necessarily fancy stickers or ephemera or papers. Just grab things from your own life. Grab things from your day-to-day life. And that was what the whole idea was with the February journal prompts for the month, is to, we don't need to go buy all this stuff from a craft shop. We're surrounded by all of this ephemera, and often that's the most meaningful stuff because it's actually things that we use or enjoy. And so I don't know, I just really, really like that. So let me know in the comments if you love using real life ephemera as well. I am loving getting more into it this year, and having those journal prompts has really helped. So I'm going to continue on with that, I think, as well as moving on to the next journal prompts. So the March journal prompts are out now, I believe. And so I'll work my way through those, and where possible though, I will include things from my day-to-day life as well. All right, so I'm really, really enjoying how this journal is looking. And my favorite thing, again, like journals, it's so fun when you get a journal, it's great, and you make it or you buy it or whatever. But then the best thing is when it starts to fill up, and page by page by page, as you fill up more pages, it just starts to become even more beautiful and meaningful and wonderful and magical. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.